Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment.
Imagine waking up one gray morning, looking into the bathroom mirror and locking eyes with a stranger. The face staring back at you is older, the eyes are tired, and there is a haunting question lingering in the silence of the room. Where did all the time go? This is not a nightmare. It is the quiet, desperate reality for the vast majority of people who realize, often when the shadows are getting long, that they spent their lives waiting for a right time that never arrived. You feel it sometimes, don't you? That subtle gnawing in your gut, whispering that there is more for you, that you are currently playing a game beneath your potential, and that the clock is ticking faster than you can run. But here is the good news, the spark of light in the darkness. It is not too late until you decide it is. Today, right now, is the pivot point where your future separates from your past. In the next few minutes, we are going to unlock the timeless strategies that separate the drifters from the masters of life, giving you the blueprint to reclaim your time before the sand runs out. If you are ready to stop drifting and start living with intention, I invite you to quietly click the subscribe button and join the Timeless Wisdom official community. Let us walk this path of mastery together.
The weight of the invisible. Discipline versus regret. Have you ever wondered why failure is so dangerous? It is because it is rarely catastrophic in the beginning. Failure is subtle. It does not hit you like a falling tree. It creeps up on you like a slow fog. Most people are terrified of some giant disaster ruining their lives. But Jim Rohn taught us that failure is simply a few errors in judgment, repeated every single day. Think about that. It is the small things. It is the book you didn't read. It is the call you didn't make. It is the 10 minutes of meditation you skipped because you were too busy. These tiny neglects feel insignificant in the moment. Skipping a workout today won't give you a heart attack tomorrow. Spending that extra $10 today won't bankrupt you tomorrow. And because there is no immediate consequence, you are seduced into thinking that your choices don't matter. But this is the great deception. This is where the two pains come into play. You have a choice every morning when your feet hit the floor. You can choose the pain of discipline. And make no mistake, it is a pain. It is uncomfortable to say no to immediate gratification. It is uncomfortable to push yourself when you want to rest. But this pain weighs ounces. It is a light backpack that you carry for a few hours, and when you take it off at night, you feel the sweet exhaustion of victory. You sleep with a clear mind. On the other side of the scale lies the pain of regret. This pain does not arrive today. It accumulates. It waits. It gathers interest like a debt you forgot you owed. And one day, usually when you are looking back at a decade that vanished, that bill comes due. The pain of regret weighs tons. It crushes the spirit. It is the heavy, suffocating realization that you could have been more. The tragedy of the average life is that people choose the comfort of the present moment over the promise of the future. They trade their birthright for a bowl of soup. You must understand that ease is a greater threat to your progress than hardship. Hardship forces you to grow. Ease allows you to rot. Ask yourself right now, what is the easy thing you are neglecting? What is the small, daily discipline that you know, deep in your soul, would change your life if you just did it consistently? The magic of life isn't found in grand, sweeping gestures. It is found in the ounces of discipline. Pick up the weight. Carry it, because if you don't carry the ounces now, you will be crushed by the tons later. The disease of someday and the tragedy of the drift. There is a place where 97% of the population live. It is not a geographical location. It is a mental state. It is an island called someday. On this island, everyone has great plans. You meet people there and they tell you, someday I'm going to start that business. Someday I'm going to get in shape. Someday I'm going to travel the world. They speak with passion, they speak with intent, but they never leave the shore. They are infected with a paralysis of the will. They believe that they have unlimited time, that there is an endless supply of tomorrows waiting in the bank. Jim Rohn used a powerful metaphor to explain this: the difference between the set of the sail and the drift of the boat. Imagine two ships sailing on the same ocean. One ship arrives at a tropical paradise, the other crashes onto the rocky shoals of disaster. What was the difference? Was it the wind? No. The wind blows on us all. The wind of circumstance, the wind of economic change, the wind of tragedy and opportunity. It blows on the rich and the poor, the educated and the uneducated. You cannot control the wind. You cannot control the economy, or the government, or the weather. The only difference between the ship that succeeds and the ship that fails is the set of the sail. Most people, the ones you see looking tired and defeated in their middle age, never set their sail. They simply drift. They let the current of life take them wherever it wants to go. They wake up and react to the news, react to their boss, react to their bills. They are victims of the current. And where does the current of life take you if you don't take charge? It takes you to the rocks. It takes you to mediocrity. It takes you to a life of, I wish I had. To leave the island of someday, you must stop drifting. You must capture the wind. This means taking full, radical responsibility for your direction. It means realizing that hoping things will get better is not a strategy. Hope is a beautiful emotion, but it is a terrible plan. You have to start distinguishing yourself from the crowd. Jim Rohn famously said, "Walk away from the 97%. Don't use their vocabulary. Don't use their excuses. Don't drift with their habits. If you see the majority heading in one direction, you should pause and seriously consider running the other way. The majority is heading toward the cliff of regret. You need to develop a sense of urgency. Not anxiety, urgency. Treat your time like it is the most precious currency you own, because it is. You can get more money. You can get more friends. You can even improve your health. But you cannot get more time. Every tick of the clock is a piece of your life that has vanished forever. Don't let it drift away. Set your sail today, even if the wind is against you. Tacking against the wind is hard, but drifting is fatal. The philosophy of the ant, a master class in strategy. If you feel lost, if you feel that the complexities of modern life are overwhelming your ability to cope, sometimes the best answer is to look down. Look at the ground. Jim Rohn often said that we should all study the ant. It sounds simplistic, doesn't it? But the ant possesses a four-part philosophy that, if you applied it to your life starting today, would virtually guarantee your success. The first part of the ant philosophy is unshakable. Ants never quit. Have you ever tried to stop an ant? If you put your finger in its path, it doesn't look at you, throw up its tiny hands and say, "Well, I guess that's it. The universe is against me. I might as well go home." No. It will walk around your finger. If it can't go around, it will go over. If it can't go over, it will go under. It will find a way. It will keep looking for a way until it dies. Think about how quickly we humans quit. We hit one obstacle, a rejected application, a failed business launch, a bad month at the gym, and we crumble. We take the obstacle as a sign that we aren't meant to do it. But the ant teaches us that the obstacle isn't a stop sign, it is a detour sign. You must develop the resolve that says, "I will find a way, or I will make one." The second part of the philosophy is foresight. Ants think winter all summer. This is a profound perspective. During the summer, when the sun is shining, the food is plentiful, and the living is easy, the ant is working like a maniac. Why? Because the ant knows the summer won't last. It knows the cold is coming. Most people are the opposite. When things are going well, when the paycheck is steady and the health is good, they spend everything. They party. They relax. They are lulled into a false sense of security, believing the party will last forever. But winter always comes. It is a universal law. Economic winters, health winters, personal winters. You cannot stop the winter, but you can prepare for it. You must build your house on the rock, while the sun is shining so that you can survive the storm when the rain falls. The third part is the flip side. Ants think summer all winter. When the winter is at its worst, when the ground is frozen and the wind is howling, the ant reminds itself, "This won't last long. We'll be out of here soon." This is the power of optimism and vision. When you are going through your darkest valley, you must carry the vision of the mountain top in your heart. You cannot let the cold of the immediate circumstance freeze your belief in the future. You have to know that the season will change, and you need to be ready to burst out of the gate the moment the first ray of warm sun hits the ground. And finally, the fourth part, and perhaps the most convicted one. How much will an ant gather during the summer to prepare for the winter? Answer: all he possibly can. He doesn't gather a quota. He doesn't gather just enough to get by. He doesn't look at his neighbor and say, "Well, Frank only gathered 10 crumbs, so I'll just gather 10. No. He gathers all he can. What a challenge to the human spirit. Most of us are constantly looking for the minimum requirement. What's the least I can do and still keep my job? What's the least I can study and still pass the test? We are obsessed with shortcuts, but success hides in the extra mile. Success is doing all you possibly can, not because your boss is watching, but because your self-respect demands it. Imagine if you went to bed every night knowing you did all you possibly could. That feeling alone is worth more than gold. You are the average, the law of association. Now, let's pivot to something that might be painful to hear. You can have the discipline of the ant, you can set your sail, but if your boat is anchored to a sinking ship, you are going down with it. We need to talk about the law of association. You have likely heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." It is a cliché because it is true, but Jim Rohn took it deeper. He taught that influence is subtle. It is powerful, and it is usually ignored. You don't think your friends are shaping your future, but they are. If you hang around people who spend all their money, eventually, you will spend all your money. If you hang around people who complain about the government, the weather, and the economy, eventually, you will become a cynic. If you hang around people who have no ambition, their lethargy will seep into your bones like a slow-acting poison. You won't even feel it happening. You will just wake up one day and realize you have lost your edge. You have to ask yourself 3 major questions about the people in your life. 1. Who am I around? 2. What are they doing to me? 3. Is that okay? Be honest. What have they got you reading? What have they got you saying? Where have they got you going? What have they got you thinking? And most importantly, what have they got you becoming? If the answer scares you, you have some hard choices to make. Jim Rohn suggested 3 methods of handling this. First, disassociation. This is the hardest one. It means you have to cut the cord. There are some people who are simply too toxic for your future. They are anchors. They mock your dreams because your ambition makes them feel insecure about their own laziness. You cannot change these people, but they can destroy you. You have to love them from a distance. You cannot afford to spend major time with minor people. Second, limited association. There are some people you can spend 3 minutes with, but not 3 hours. Maybe it's a coworker or an old friend or even a family member. You don't have to cut them off, but you must guard your time. Do not let them dump their mental trash into your living room. Control the duration of the exposure. Third, expanded association. This is the key to growth. You must intentionally spend time with people who have the skills, the mindset, and the life you want. This is uncomfortable because these people will intimidate you. They will make you feel small. That is good. You want to be the smallest person in the room because that is the only room where you can grow. Go where the expectations are high. Go where the pressure to perform is intense. Find people who challenge you to be better, not people who comfort you in your mediocrity. If you want to soar with the eagles, you cannot continue to scratch around in the dirt with the turkeys. Your environment is your incubator. If you stay in a small pot, you will be a stunted plant. If you want to grow into a mighty oak, you must transplant yourself into a bigger forest. It is scary to leave the familiar, to leave the old crew behind. They will say you changed. They will say you think you're too good for them. Let them talk. You are building a life, not a popularity contest. The seasons of life, a new perspective. Finally, to truly bulletproof your mind against the ups and downs of existence, you must understand the rhythm of life itself. We live in a world that demands constant, linear growth. We want the graph to always go up and to the right. But nature does not work that way, and neither does your life. Life works in seasons. Jim Rohn's greatest philosophical contribution was teaching us how to handle the changing seasons of our lives. You cannot change the seasons. You cannot command the winter to leave or the spring to stay. But you can change yourself. First, learn to handle the winter. Winter is inevitable. It is the season of difficulty. It is the recession. It is the illness. It is the heartbreak. It is the moment when everything you built seems to be falling apart. Some people simply give up in winter. They become bitter. They tear up their list of goals and say, "What's the use?" But the mature soul knows that winter is a time for strengthening. It is a time to read, to study, to reflect. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. The winter is not there to destroy you. It is there to test your endurance and force you to grow roots deep into the ground. Second, learn to take advantage of the spring. Spring always follows winter. Opportunity always follows difficulty. But spring is brief. You cannot waste it. When the sun comes out and the ground thaws, you must be in the fields planting. You cannot spend the spring resting because you were tired from the winter. If you snooze in the spring, you will starve in the fall. This means you must be aggressive when opportunity knocks. Read the book now. Take the course now. Start the venture now. Don't let the window close. Spring is a time for action, not contemplation. Third, learn to protect your crops in the summer. As soon as you plant your garden, the weeds will come. The bugs will come. The scorching sun will try to burn your seedlings. This is the season of summer. It is a time of nourishment, but it is also a time of protection. You must stand guard at the door of your mind. All good values must be defended. If you are building a business, you must defend it against negligence. If you are building a marriage, you must defend it against apathy. You cannot be naive. You have to realize that there are forces, internal and external, that want to take what you have started. Be vigilant. Fourth, learn to reap in the fall without apology or complaint. The fall is the season of the harvest. It is the time when the truth is revealed. If you planted well in the spring and protected well in the summer, your harvest will be abundant. You can reap it without apology. You earned it. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. But if you slept in the spring and neglected the summer, your harvest will be poor. And here is the hard part. You must accept this without complaint. You cannot blame the soil. You cannot blame the seed. You cannot blame the rain. You are responsible for the harvest. This cycle repeats over and over again. Once you understand this, you stop panicking when things go wrong. You simply say, it is winter. I know what to do in winter. I will prepare. And when things go right, you don't get arrogant. You say, it is spring. I must hurry and plant before the season turns. Let's bring this back to where we started. That person in the mirror. It is easy to look at the years that have passed and feel a heavy sense of loss. To look at the winter of your life and feel that the cold has seeped too deep. But remember this, the same wind blows on us all. The difference is not the wind, it is the set of the sail. You can turn your ship around today. It doesn't matter if you are 20 or 80. The moment you accept responsibility, the moment you decide to carry the ounces of discipline instead of the tons of regret, you change the destination of your life. You have the power to turn a winter of despair into a spring of hope. You have the power to walk away from the drifting 97%. You have the power to be the ant that finds a way. Don't let another day drift by. Don't let the someday island claim your potential. Make the commitment now, in the quiet of this moment, to become the person you were meant to be. Thank you for investing your most precious asset, your time, with us today. If this message resonated with you, if it sparked a fire in your mind, please consider subscribing to Timeless Wisdom Official. We are building a library of legacy, and we want you here with us. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of the two pains are you feeling right now? What is 1 ounce of discipline you are committing to starting today? Share your promise to yourself. Let's hold each other accountable. Until next time, set your sail and live with wisdom.